Greetings, Fabulites. This is Angela, and we are here with a review recap of Underground Season 1, Episode 4, Firefly, which opens with a dead man. The man we thought was dead is alive. We see a coalescence of the Macon 7 on the road. Kato shocks us. And we see a white man get lashes, and I see Rosalie got some serious witch skills. So it opens with a dead man alive. It closes with Sam putting out fire on the assembly line on the plantation, and Pearlie may be brought back, but the Macon 7 has made it on the road. So if you want to stick around for some more details and some more insight into this episode, please do. And thank you for rate, commenting, and subscribing. All right. So again, the episode is called Firefly, and as I said, it opens with a dead man alive. So Bill, who we thought was dead in the last episode, is actually alive. Kato comes up on him in his cabin, assuming that he's drunk as usual, I guess, and late for work. And come on, Mr. Bill, come on. It's time to get up now. And look, Kato thinks he's dead, but he's actually alive and starts sputtering and is able to actually let Monster Macon know that Rosalie was the one that did it to him, not Noah. The only one that they had noticed was missing was Noah. Miss Ernestine had noticed that Rosalie was missing, and she was very anxious and nervous and confused and trying to figure out what was going on. But she kept it very undercover. So once it's realized that Noah is gone, and there's kind of a lot of, did Noah abandon us? There's a conversation between Henry and Sam. Sam says, yes, Noah abandoned us. Henry says, no. You know, he's a young guy. He's got eternal hope, and he just believes that Noah would never abandon them. So that's kind of a highlight. We see Ben J interacting with the enslaved African that his father owns, I guess. I still don't know his name, but we find out officially in this episode that he did live with the Indians when he was young. We see Ben playing baseball, and Ben is kind of confiding in him about, you know, when you taught my dad to track, the engines taught you to track, and I see what my father is doing with it now. He's not a good man. And the enslaved African, whose name I don't know, I'm sorry, sir, tells him the story of the two wolves and kind of introduces him to the concept that we're all struggling with being the best people that we can be, and there's, you know, kind of a struggle there, and we get to choose, we get to decide what we feed, what we encourage. So even though your father might be making certain choices, Mr. Ben, you can make some different choices if that's what you would like to do. So we hear that story, and that's important. And we also hear the father say, August say, that all my livestock is gone. I have to teach Ben a trade. We find out that Ben has been fighting at school. He's, I guess, angry and confused about what's going on with his father and the type of man that his father is. He's fighting. His father is going to take him out of school, tells the teacher, you ain't got to worry about my son. And he tells the enslaved African, I don't need to hear your opinion. I'm going to take Ben out on the road with me, and I'm going to teach him my trade. I don't have anything else to get a boy. I'm gonna give him my trade of tracking enslaved Africans who are seeking freedom. We come upon the Hawks, who are tied up, and we learn the names of the enslaved, the freedom seeking Africans that they had been you know, were supposed to be helping, were Josie and Wash. And Josie is pissed. They kind of have stumbled upon these people. He was not looking for them, but he's mad because he recognizes this man and knows that this man was involved with taking his wife away from him, Tempe. And the man, Mr. Hawks, is like, no, I don't own slaves. I never owned slaves. I don't know what you're talking about. But Josie knows that this man is the one who took his Tempe, his wife, the love of his life away from him. And Wash is kind of like, well, hold on. These people seem to be nice people. I don't think they're slave traders. And the white people are tied up and they trying to talk their way out of it. So we get this little piece of information. The next thing that's significant that happens is that Ernestine is in the nursery after going down to the workshop to kind of confront Sam on the premise of getting wooden pieces that Sam, her son, had carved. He's a carpenter, for the mobile over the soon-to-come baby's bed. And she's like, what's going on with this Noah? You know about him. You work with him all day, every day. Why didn't you tell me this was going to happen? And Sam, is that homeboy's name? Yeah, Rosalie's brother. Sam is like, well, you work with Rosalie. Rosalie is your daughter. You didn't know that she was going to leave? Let's, slow your roll. Don't be getting mad at me. We all don't know everything, and that wasn't part of the plan. And Miss Ernestine is like, plan? There was a plan? She wasn't supposed to run? What's going on? So we kind of get that. But anyway, Ernestine has come back from the workshop. She's put the little mobile up. She's working in the nursery and kind of walking by the monster female monster of the house comes in and says, she's talking to her decorator, trying to figure out colors and fabrics and materials. And she finally finds something that she likes. And he says, well, it'll be here in 4 weeks, 4 years, 4 months. She's pregnant. She like, do I look like I have any time? And she had already had not Rosalie, but Ernestine pause. And I still don't exactly understand why. Maybe to escort him out. But while they're talking, and, she like, I don't have time to be waiting 4 years for this fabric to decorate my child's nursery. We need that yesterday. Ernestine says, well, wouldn't it be quicker to go by train, ma'am? And she's like, yeah, that's a good idea. So there's a train leaving from Atlanta heading north. You get on that train and go get this fabric. So Ernestine has gotten some information that she can use to benefit our peoples, help the people. And then we're back. There's a couple things that happen, but again, we find ourselves in this wine cellar, which I didn't even notice was such a prominent character in this piece. And Cato is getting a lesson on proof. Basically, when alcohol is watered down, it won't catch on fire. So the quicker it catches on fire, or the more flammable it is, the higher the proof. And, monster Tom Macon is telling Cato this, and did you know about proof? And Cato did not know, or says he didn't know. And Tom Macon offers Cato the job of overseer. He says he trusts him. He knew that Noah was bad. He was the only one that knew. He has his eye on what's going on the plantation. Bill has had even though he's alive, he's been stabbed in the neck with a bottle. And so we know Bill ain't gonna be here for long, says Monster Tom, but I want you to be my overseer. And you take you some alcohol as a gift. We celebrate, and this is happy times because you can run. You got this. So that's kind of important. Most of the notes I took, I could just skip over, huh? But some of them may be significant later. I don't know. We come back to the Hawks at some point. And I think there's a significant line, to me at least, when Josie, who's the one who's mad about Tempe, his wife, and knows that Hawks had something to do with it. Hawks is the man that took my wife, sold my wife. You ain't who you saying you are. He says, he done got got the people tied up. Wash is trying to calm them down. We hungry. I know these people got some food. And Josie is like, yeah, that's a good idea. I always wanted to dine like the white people dine. So he got the woman, Elizabeth Hawks, serving them. He's being a typical asshole, mimicking or, filtering. His inner asshole is coming out. He's spilling wine on the table and don't look at me. The slave don't look in, so the tables are kind of turned and he's mad and he mad. And he says that Wash was always a singing cage bird. You put him in a cage and he'll sing. But he said, me, Josie, I got claws and teeth. You put me in a cage and you gonna find out what an animal is. And he pissed and he acting real rough. And you know, it's kind of understandable. And Hawks, John Hawks. Oh, I understand your pain. Josie, like, you don't understand shit. You know, you ain't had your wife taken from you, sold away. You ain't lived my life. So don't even come to me with the bull. I'm not interested. I don't want to hear it. Save that. Keep that for yourself. Zeke tells Kato, we're back on the plantation. Kato has assumed his position as the overseer. He's telling the people, you know, it's a new day, and I'm the main head overseer. You ain't never seen nothing like me. And Zeke tells him, you know, kind of notices that the container that he has on his side for water is leaking, or, you know, we think his water is leaking. And Kato is real aggressive. What? Don't tell me nothing. You don't be worrying about my water. And he breaking up all the water containers. Ain't nobody getting water here. You know, when y'all thought y'all had it bad under Bill, y'all did 3,000 under Bill. Y'all gonna do, I aim to double that. You know, so he breaking up bottles. Meanwhile, Boo comes back from looking for the papers. She comes back to her parents, who are Pearly Mae and Moses. And did you find the papers, Boo? No. And then Pearly Mae says that she thinks that, you know, Kato has the papers and that he's in charge now. And Moses thinks that, you know, Boo probably just didn't find them. And Pearly Mae is like, we can't trust Kato. We got to get out of here before he uses those papers against us. It has everybody's name on it. And he, you know, he's feeling himself now that he's the overseer. He ain't just a driver. He a black overseer. You know, we in trouble. And we see August and his son riding onto the campus, onto the plantation, the work camp, the prison, the labor, whatever it is, and everybody is kind of looking. And I guess, you know, they know that people have left, and so it's kind of like a time of tension. So, hey. Kind of the next important thing is that we see we're in Monster Macon's office. Ben is there and August is there. Ben is looking around. He ain't never been no place that has such nice, fine things. He's just, you know, in awe and just looking around. Macon says that he has been recommended that he hire August because of his skills, but mainly because of his discretion. See, this man is running for office, and he is supposed to be this. In 20 years, I've never had a slave escape. So he wants to have the reputation for running a good plantation, running a strong plantation, getting a high production. He don't want no mess when he's trying to get his Senate seat. So he's excited because August is supposed to be discreet. He don't want the word just all over the streets that, you know, he got enslaved Africans breaking free over there. So they have a discussion about money. You know, well, how does this usually work? Again, I ain't never had nothing like this happen. And August says, well, you know, you pay half up front and then half when, you know, your property is recovered. Half? Says Macon. Well, how do I know you're not just going to take my money? Well, I'm not a thief, says August. And then, boo, right on cue, his baby boy breaks something in the man's office, a glass or something. And, oh, I'm sorry. And Macon, oh, don't worry about it. I got 8 more of them. He got plenty of fine things. And then August says that she tries to show his value. He asked Macon, well, how do you think that they got off the property? And Macon is like, I hadn't figured that out. And the tracker, August, super slave catcher, is like, well, I noticed some wagon tracks. Did a wagon leave last night? And, Macon is like, yeah, wagon did leave around midnight. So he's kind of checking that this guy has skills and has some, is able to figure some things out. Meanwhile, we've seen that Rosalie and Noah have made it to a cabin. She's she's washed her. She still got the stripes on her arms. She's washing them and washing up, and Noah has gone to get her another dress. And he comes back, and, they're on the run. We thought we could, run through this swamp, and he says, and it was the dog couldn't smell it. The dogs couldn't smell us, but they right on our tail. We got to go. We got to go. And Rosalie is like, okay, well, hold on. He like, we ain't got time to hold on. You know, I'll go ahead. You stay here, whatever, mess and confusion. And she picking flowers. He like, girl, I told you to go. And she's like, hold on, get me one of them waterfowls over there. And, you know, we kind of like, is Rosalie cracking under the pressure? She picking flowers, girl, run, Rosalie, run. That's important. And then there's a scene with August and Ernestine, oh, my poor baby, she just so sweet and innocent. And I think that Tom Macon has said that as well. She ain't never been off the plantation, Rosalie. She's a delicate flower, Ernestine says. You know, she just, you know, and she's told her son, the girl was fighting for her life. I saw what Bill's cabin looked like, you know. And, you know, a line that was, you know, so he's, you know, he like, that Rosalie, he ain't really buying that story. And then, meanwhile, Mr. Josie and Wash, you know, Josie got the people tied up. He got them tied up again. He about to beat Mr. Hawk, John Hawks, to get information about his wife. And you know, he's beating them and beating them, or he's not going to beat them. He has Elizabeth beat him to get information. Tell me about what did you do with Tempe? Where, you know, I know you bought her or whatever. And John is able to take, Hawks is able to take about 5 lashes from that his wife is giving him. And his wife is under pressure because she don't know if the black people, you know, it's a tense situation. And Josie, again, is mad. He's upset. You know, he done put him in a situation to run into the asshole, the devil that took his wife. And, you know, he's trying to get some information and some retribution and figure out, you know, where she is. He pissed. He upset. So John is able to, John Hawks is able to take about 5 lashes. And then he starts telling, you know, okay, I did sell her. You know, I wasn't selling her, but I was working for somebody and they had died, and I was the execution. I was executing the will, and you know, I know what happened to her. She was, and you know, Josie is listening. You know, oh my gosh, you know, well, where is she? Where did she go? Oh, well, I had to travel with them, and says John Hawks, and you know, she's on a tobacco plantation. He's trying to tell her that because what I've heard is that tobacco plantations were supposed to be less harsh than cotton plantations. So he's trying to tell her, you know, she got to a better life than where she was before. And, you know, and she didn't really say much. She was just huddled under the blanket. Blanket, says Josie. Nah, Tempe was taken in the summertime. She wasn't under no blanket. Lie, 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 lie. All you do is lie. Oh, that's my favorite line of the thing. And so then, by then, he about to cut his tongue out. I'm gonna cut your lying tongue out. John gets free. There's a fight. I don't know when or how, but Wash has left. But Wash comes back and he knocks Josie out. His friend, you know, and Josie had already said, you're going to choose these white people over me. And that's what happens. Wash just feels like Josie is taking it too far. And he knocks, Josie out. Wash knocks Josie out. And he's telling the white people, you know, y'all are good people. You know, I'm sorry he did this. And then he gets shot because Constable Clyde has been, you know, observing stuff from the outside and couldn't understand why these Negroes are going in the house or out of the house or whatever. So he comes in and shoots the guy who's trying to help the white people, who thought the white people were so good. That's that scene. So both Josie and Wash, you know, have made their passing. And Josie, the man who played Josie, is Rosalie's. The actor who plays Rosalie and the actor who played Josie are brother and sister, siblings in real life. The actor who played Josie is from Empire. I don't remember exactly which character he was, but he had a beard and hair, and he killed that role. I'm sorry to see him pass away, and I'm sorry for his separation from his wife and just the trauma that he's experienced in life. So the next time we get back, So Rosalie, the dogs are chasing them. We come back on Rosalie and Noah. The dogs are chasing them, and then the next thing we come up on is Rosalie has taken these. We come upon dead dogs, and then birds. And Rosalie has taken these flowers that she has learned never to bring in the house, so she knows they're poison. Put them inside some waterfowls, some birds or whatever that she had Noah catch for her. Left them for the dogs. The dogs are on their tail. They come upon this meat. They like, oh, fresh meat. And they eating the meat. You know how dogs get distracted. I got one on my lap now. And they die. So she done poisoned the dogs and gave them some breathing room. So Noah and Rosalie are talking. Noah is just real focused on this freedom song, trying to figure it out. And Rosalie is like, you said we got to go. He like, I'm not going without my people. I got to go back for the people. You know, I had heard about freedom. I had heard about free people. And when I heard about it, I was, I got my ass beat because I was just so ready to be free. And then I've been playing the role of good slave for so long that I forgot about freedom until I met Henry. And Henry just, lit the fire on me, his fire, his passion. And so I got to go back for Henry. I'm not leaving him behind. I'm not leaving nobody behind. If I don't come back, and then Rosalie kisses Noah and she says, you'll come back. I like the little pieces of romance in here. I don't know why. I guess because I'm a romance girl. So meanwhile, kind of the most just shocking scene in the whole piece is that we see Cato. It's the end of the day. It's the end of the night. He got all of the people who were supposed to run in front of him. And he's got one white man on the right and one white man on the left. And he's talking. He got fire in his hand, a torch. I know y'all was planning to leave. Y'all runaways. Y'all ain't, y'all are trouble. And I know about runaways. I know about trouble. Let me tell you the story of a man who, tried to run away. He got branded on his face with an R, and that didn't stop him. He still had to fire to run away, and he ran away again, and he got branded on his face again with an R, and he couldn't stand to look at his reflection. And so he burnt the side of his face. And then I realized, oh, that's Cato. He talking about himself. And then right around then, he takes and he burns the man on his right, and he burns the white man on his left, and they, whoa, whoa! And then he takes the torch and he throws it into the field where earlier he had been dropping what we thought was water. His water container was open and dripping water. It was dripping alcohol, and it's flammable. And so he puts the field on fire, and the people who were supposed to be running are like, oh my gosh, they just in shock. And Cato was like, run! Everybody starts running. So that's just a shock to us because we thought Cato had sold out. Oh, and meanwhile, there was a scene where Ernestine comes up on Cato. Cato, well, what do I owe the heck? Seeing the head bitch in charge. Ernestine, look, I know we don't get along, and I know you ain't planning to be overseer. If you got plans to go anywhere, there is a train going north from Atlanta. And if you see my daughter, if you can help my daughter get on that train, please help my daughter. So, we know Cato has that information, and the people are running. So they're running. They're getting free. Then we see the white people. Oh my gosh, there's a fire. There's a fire. Trying to put it out. August is on there too. And fill this bucket with fire. And August looks, and the bucket has been broken from when Cato broke all the buckets earlier, talking about y'all ain't gonna drink no water. Y'all gonna work. Ain't nobody getting no water. I'm showing y'all it's a new day. He done broke all the water containers, so they can't even put the fire out. And some people come running. Oh, we saw the fire. We came to help. August, well, where did you come from? We came from the bridge. August, that's a distraction. I told y'all that's the key word of the season, distraction. That's a distraction. That's where they're headed, to the bridge. And sure enough, we see them running across the bridge. The regular, and then Monster Macon is like to when, August explains, this is a distraction. This was set up. Here's this empty container. It's designed to keep y'all, from knowing that they running by the bridge. You got more runaways. Monster Macon says, well, I hire you, August. Go get them. Go get them. And so off he runs. And meanwhile, other people are running, and they come up upon I guess Henry almost gets caught. Stop, Negro, stop. And, just when he thinks he's about to get killed. Oh, before that happens, they're running. They're on the bridge. Boo's shoe. Ain't they some well-kept Negroes? They got shoes and everything. Her shoe gets caught in the bridge. Help me, help me. Her mother grabs her out, takes her, gives her to her father, Moses. Do whatever you got to do to get my baby to freedom. And she turns around and faces August and the slave catchers. Please don't shoot me in front of my child. She surrenders. And August has his child with him. He don't shoot her. He take her back. Meanwhile, the other slave catchers are, pursuing. We see Henry is caught up in a situation, and Negro, stop, Negro, and we think Henry's about to get killed. And meanwhile, a gun goes off. The slave catcher gets shot. It's Noah. Noah has connected with. The two who ran off before have connected with the new 5 who have run off. So they, run and they meet up with, we see Rosalie in the cabin, and the fireflies she's looking out the window. It's a beautiful scene. It's a wonderful omen. She hears Noah's secret whistle that lets her know it's him and not someone else. And she comes out, and the people present themselves. First, Noah, yay, he's back. And Henry, yes, he made it off the plantation. And Cato, and Boo, oh, yes, and Moses, yes, and Zeke. And that's it. Well, where's Pearly May, she asks. Where's Sam, she asks, my brother. And then we see Sam putting on the assembly line, putting out fire on the plantation. So I guess Sam decided not to run. And then we see Pearly May being brought back. I think she's following August on a horse, like, they dragging her behind. So that's kind of more or less how it ends, except that Hawks has gotten beat. His wife is like, well, you were telling the truth. You were involved with selling this person. And, so, he like, yeah, the worst day of this man's life was just another day at work for me. And his wife says, well, you deserve the whooping that you got. You made a mistake, but God's given us an opportunity to, make it right. And they put the light in the window, so they still going to be part of the Underground Railroad. And that's it. So, thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, and underground. Have a wonderful day. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Mwah.